Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams. The sun has set and it is time to eat. And I was gonna make something tonight that I thought I had all the ingredients for because I thought I knew them all, and I didn't have them all. And that would be better, huh? So I didn't have all the ingredients, and so as a result, I am making a new recipe because I was gonna make picadillo and I don't have all the ingredients for picadillo. So sorry for the light. If I cooked a little bit earlier, it would have been great. I am going to make a colorful beef and zucchini skillet. So I have 2 tablespoons of butter that I just started getting melted, and 3 cloves of garlic that I pressed. And I want to get it all in there. Now I'm going, as it's starting to melt, I'm going to add a couple more things. Tell me where you're watching from. I am in La Merced, Ecuador. I'm trying to block that light. La Merced, Ecuador, where today we did a bunch of grocery shopping for the week and for the rest of the month, because I didn't bring any spices with me, and I wanted to see, I wanted to grab some more spices. I wanted to grab stuff that isn't as common, like almond flour, flax meal, coconut flour, what else? Cacao. So I have all those things now, and I am going to add to this 2 tablespoons of butter. If you like one pot meals, put 1 pot in the comments. I would love to know. I have 1 chopped onion or diced onion and 1 diced, it's like in between an orange and a yellow bell pepper. And I'm going to mix that with my butter. And then I'm going to add another veggie in a second after my butter is melted. This is like full of veggies. It's a colorful beef and veggie skillet. And then I'm going to add my beef, and then I'm just going to let it saute and with all of the stuff after I put in all the spices. So here's the color so far. We have white, orange, and yellow. By accident, just because the orange peppers were both kind of combination. And you could use a different color of pepper if you prefer. Tell me if you would use orange, yellow, red, or green. Now I'm going to add 1 cup, which is like 2 small, they're not Roma tomatoes, but they're kind of like Roma tomatoes. So this is a cup worth of diced tomatoes. 1 cup. I'm going to mix this in here, and then I'm going to add my beef, and then I'm going to add my zucchini after I, I'll add my beef, and then I'm going to add my zucchini. So I'm going to make kind of a space. Actually, it doesn't think it matters. Hi, Heather Green. Okay, you would add a green pepper. Awesome. So we went to multiple different stores today. It was really interesting because just like in the US, there are some stores that are cheaper than the others, like significantly cheaper, especially if it's like off-brand. And then there's some stores that are a lot more expensive, and depending on where they're located and which brand of store that it is. And then there's like a street. So Tutti is the name of the supermarket that you can only pay with cash, but it has off-brand and not everything, but most things, and they're way cheaper, like half cheaper than Super Maxi, the main supermarket. So we went there, and we went to the Super Maxi, and then we also there's a whole street that almost every shop on the street sells eggs. And they're just as good as the eggs in the grocery store, but they're like half as expensive. And when you buy them, they're 30 in a pack. So that was really cool to see and to experience. And then we went into one of the shops that had like buy in bulk the spices, buy in bulk the flowers and the seeds and the nuts. So we got to do that. I bought so many different things, and only like $1 worth of everything, but a lot meant a lot. A lot for a little. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Let me grab this off the floor so I don't step on it and it doesn't put it in the compost. Now I'm gonna mix this, and I wanna know if you like one pot meals, put one pot in the comments. This is brand new. It's gonna be a fun combination of spices, and it's definitely high protein. This is 2 pounds of ground beef. And I always get the higher fat ground beef. So that was the same here, it was just described differently. Or the way that it's described that it's higher fat is different. If they just list the percentage. And it doesn't really just state that that's what it is, but I learned that that's what it is. All right, now we've got some pink in here that's gonna turn brown. You like one pot? Awesome, Heather. I'm looking for my zucchini. All right, now I'm gonna add my zucchini. I have 3 medium zucchinis that I cut into triangles, so I just cut it into quarters. And about this size. And the grease of the meat is gonna help out here. Make sure I'm not gonna burn myself holding onto this. I might. All right. So I'm going to mix this all in, and then once it's combined, then I'm going to add my seasoning, all my spices. Which is gonna take me a moment, just because they're in little bags. And I have to undo them without losing track of which they are because they're written on the top. All right, let me get this a little bit more. Tell me where you're watching from. What was the weather like where you are? Today it was cold this morning, then it got really hot. I was in shorts and in this shirt. And then this afternoon it rained and thundered and lightninged. And then now it's clearing. The skies have cleared up and it's chilly. It's chilly outside. What's it like where you are? Now I'm at least 9,200 feet above sea level. So to this morning we could see 2 volcanoes. It was clear, there were no clouds, and volcano Antisana and volcano Cotopaxi we could see clearly. And Antisana has less snow than Cotopaxi, but Cotopaxi is like completely capped in snow. Oh my goodness. All right, you will want either the biggest pot like this or a really wide 20-inch saucepan, like a paella pan is great. All right, now I am going to add my seasoning. So I'm going to add pink salt, pink Himalayan salt. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of this, and then to taste after that. So I'm going to do 1, and then I'm going to mix it, and then I'm going to do another one. Heather, I see your comment. Let's see. Knoxville's a little chilly in the morning, and then it got in the 80s. Wow, yep, that's what it was like here. Sounds like it, except for the rain. Sounds like that's what it was like. Okay, let me add the other pink salt. I think this could make even a great soup. And you could just, almost all this, I think it would just be the same stuff, just adding water. Okay, so now we have 2 teaspoons of pink salt. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of black pepper. So I have the little bags. Let me see. A teaspoon of black pepper. This is really fine black pepper. I'm going to need to really get this mixed in well. I'm going to mix that before I add the other ones because it is very, very fine. The girls are going to bite into these bites that have like tons of black pepper on them. Okay. I don't know if I did it well enough or not, but we will see. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of basil. It's like in Spanish, it's albahaca. A teaspoon of dried basil. Okay. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of dried oregano, which is in this little bag. There's got to be a good way to open this. A better way than what I'm trying to do. I didn't anticipate it to be so hard. All right, almost got it. It's in a little knot. All right, we have 3 more spices after this one. I'm almost there. Ah. Okay. So this is oregano. A teaspoon of oregano. And then I will put that back together in a bit. Then I have 3 more. I already did that one, 2 more. Paprika. Now I have a teaspoon of paprika. And this is like finely ground. Really finely ground paprika. And then the last one is a half a teaspoon, which is cumin. Sorry, I had to think what does it mean? What does it mean? All right, cumin. A half a teaspoon of cumin. And my half a teaspoon is right here. Half a teaspoon of cumin. Okay. And then I'm going to mix these all in, and then I'm just going to let it saute. All right, and this I'm sure is super hot now. Got to figure out where I put the little towel. Okay. So I'm going to do my best to keep everything in the pot and mix it really well. And then it'll be here. Juan Carlos, hello. I didn't see you hop on. Hello, hello. All right. This is a brand new beef skillet. I'm calling it Colorful Beef and Veggie Skillet. It has ground beef, zucchini, tomatoes, green pepper. Oh yeah, I have yellow pepper. It says zucchini, onions, and oh no, I'm terrible. I'm not a good staying in the pot person, especially when I don't have a lot of room to move it. Or two spoons. I need 2 spoons. And all right, I almost have it mixed, I think. Then it's just going to be more pink salt to taste, and you definitely want to make sure that all of your ground beef is cooked. And if you want to wait a little bit to put in your zucchini, they're going to probably get the softest. But I wanted my zucchini to have all the flavors with it. All right. Now, it also has butter and garlic. Full of goodness. Let me show you it. Colorful. You can't actually see as much of the red anymore, but it's here. There we go. Now you can see it up close. So beautiful. All right. That is it. That's this new colorful beef and zucchini skillet. You're going to have to try it. I will definitely tell you how it tastes after we're done, or when we eat it. I will be posting something to show you that so you can see. I don't want to taste it yet because the beef is not cooked yet, but it is getting closer for sure. That's it from my house, well, from Daisy's house in La Merced, Ecuador, to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye. Oh,